Are you talking, Tom, or can you hear me? Hello? Speaker. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. Are you able to hear me now?
Now I can.
Okay, perfect.
But before
Okay,
now, I didn't hear anything.
that's right. So I can't see and you can't hear. This is a good start, right? Okay, well, you can't see. So let me go ahead and get started again. So this is a follow-up, obviously, from our previous conversations. The most recent one, Max, you and I and Janelle talked a couple of days ago about the situation, giving a lot of input and perspectives. And really, as we kind of ended the prior calls, um, I think the main thing is that we believe, and I believe, that the underlying issue is uh, your performance issues that we discussed, and in addition to that, your negative reactions to management feedback that was really warranted given the performance issues. So our objective still is and always has been to help you be productive and happy at work. And we still think we have a lot of potential to do that. But the path forward really requires that we address the performance issues. So the next steps on that will be covered by Mohammed as your supervisor. So I'm going to turn it over to Mohammed.
Mohammed, you're on mute.
Thank you, Janelle. Good morning, Max. At this point, we will be implementing a corrective action plan. And in just a moment here, I'll be sharing the screen and we'll be going through it together as a group. So let me share my screen and I will read it together with
Can I ask one question? This corrective action plan was in response to me reporting workplace bullying.
No.
Was it on the schedule before?
Yes.
Okay.
Max, the corrective action plan is something that relates back to the performance issues that we discussed since earlier this
But if I never sent that email causing you to reach out to HR, would I have had that corrective action plan today at 9 a.m.?
Yes.
So it was on the schedule and it just happens to fall on this day. It has nothing to do with the email that I sent out about workplace bullying.
It has nothing to do with the
Not at all.
email. It has to do with the
So it has-
performance issues.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with me being feeling like I'm not kind of being harassed at work. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with me reaching out to Tom about the way I feel and how I'm treated. And it just happens that this meeting is totally unrelated with the meeting that we had before this, and it caused all of this to start up last week, I believe on Monday, or maybe it was the week before that on Thursday. Has nothing to do with that. This is not.
So just to be perfectly clear, Max, this has nothing to do with the email that you sent.
Okay, so this is not retaliation, right? Maybe Janelle can.
Absolutely not.
Janelle knows a lot about retaliation laws. Is this retaliation laws? Is this related to retaliation?
No, we started putting the CAP together and researching the details of the performance issues that we want to help correct.
Yeah.
Prior to you sending the email asking if you can no longer have phone calls or meetings along with Mohammed. This
Okay.
research and the work that was put together Unfortunately, we had some vacation schedules to work around, and we wanted to make certain that we gave a very objective and a very fair cap that we can help turn your performance around. So the meeting
Well, that's-
with the four of us scheduled for today, but it was started to be created between Tom and Mohammed, I mean, almost 3 weeks ago, gentlemen. Would that be an accurate statement?
But it's kind of interesting because when I talked to Tom, and he says that he was very surprised I sent that email because I was doing just fantastic and excellent. I believe I maybe have that phone call recorded. He says that he was just really surprised because I was just doing so good. And it's kind of strange for a manager to be crafting a performance correction plan at the same time telling me that I'm so fantastic and I'm doing so great.
So Max, just to clarify, what I said was that I was surprised because in July when we had spoken, that was my perspective. I did not say at that moment that I thought you were doing. I didn't speak to that at all.
Do you have these meetings recorded, Tom? Maybe we can later on. You can just refer back to it.
So that I will just say, Max, that at the time that was the nature of my comment. I was not making an assessment of performance at the time. I was stating a surprise that I genuinely felt when I saw the email, because the last time you and I had spoken, you had expressed, I had expressed to you that I had seen that I was aware of good improvements, and that I was reaching out to thank you for that and to express my appreciation. So since
okay.
I was not aware of what had changed between that conversation we had in July and when the email came, right? That's not to say that Mohammed had not observed things in the interim, which I may not have been aware of. Those are separate points, if you will.
No, I'm sure he keeps impeccable notes. I mean, but you watch anybody, and you can probably list a dozen or two mistakes in one day, or things that you can correct them on. I'm just saying that this is, I feel that this is retaliation in something that I feel was workplace bullying. I'm not saying that Mohammed meant to come across that way, but I did. It's the way I feel as the victim that matters. It's not if someone goes up to me and calls me dirty Brazilian and laughs about it. I might chuckle a little bit, and then I'm going to turn around and say, like, what do they mean by that? And it's going to hurt my feelings, even though they meant it as a joke.
So Max,
no, this is not okay, Tom. The story keeps changing. You guys keep changing. You guys keep changing the goalpost, changing stories, saying that access was taken away months ago, giving me half answers. There's something going on here. This is not okay. It's good that HR is on the phone or on the call with us, but I read a whole video. And I got a certification I can show you guys here yesterday about workplace bullying provided by our company. And it says that you should report it to HR, and HR will help you with the issues. And it's just maybe Mohammed needs to get some company provided training on how to interact with different type of personalities. I don't know, or how to train people, how to empower employees. Things you learn in the military. But
okay, Matt. So we there's no question that there is a difference of perspective.
Yeah, very different.
What we are saying is that there are very real, very legitimate, and very consistently shown performance issues.
Yes.
Both with respect to focus of working throughout the day and with respect to following procedures and pushing back on direction. Those are real and they need to be addressed. So if we are going to move forward, we need to address them. And I will say again, and I know I've said this before, there's no objective that we have other than to create an environment where you can be successful and happy in your work. So if we are going to move forward, we need to go through the cap.
Okay.
We need to share the perspectives on the performance and outline a direction from here. And we're going to keep working and trying to make it positive and make it a success. But this is a step we're
But can we address my issue too? Like, can Mohammed admit that sometimes he doesn't, maybe he doesn't come across as like a caring or supportive supervisor, or maybe that maybe my needs as a employee needs to be kind of addressed. Maybe it was just a whole miscommunication thing, and I was getting offended because of his, style.
Let me just clarify this. The performance issues are real and they need to be addressed.
But what I'm saying is not real.
Let me finish, okay? The feedback that you received was warranted, it was necessary, it was appropriate. As a matter of fact, many employees don't receive the feedback and don't even know that they are out of bounds or that they're doing things that they should correct, right? And that's a very positive thing, right? Now, the manner in which the feedback was provided, or the fact that you reacted in a certain way to the, that's a style question. We could discuss style, but that is not material to this conversation. The important thing is that there are real and very valid performance issues. I think you've acknowledged that, and they need to be addressed as a foundation for anything that we do going forward.
Okay. Let's talk about the performance action plan. Sorry, I interrupted. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mohammed.
All right, I will share my screen. Please let me know when the screen shares is not across first.
Max, are you able to see it?
Yeah. Hold on, let's see. It's a little bit hard to. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Under section 1 for productivity and dependability, a consistent competitive pattern has been observed over a long period of time, particularly since the late 2020 timeframe, where Max does not respond to tickets that are in queue, is not responsive to requests from either the Business Application Support Team, BAST, Teams chat, or group conversation between the BAST and the service desk. Max will seemingly disappear from work, or emails, and service desk, or emails from either his direct supervisors or coworkers requesting assistance. Max will seemingly disappear from work for significant stretches of time, often using the reason that he is working a ticket that required a significant period of time. This behavior is very noticeable both to his supervisor and to other team members. In addition to the observations described above, the productivity issues are indicated by a review of time taken to resolve common tickets. For example, on shared sales ID tickets, which are common, Max has taken an average of 89 minutes per ticket versus 26 minutes for other team members. There are many other examples. As we have pointed out to Max, the number of tickets worked is not the primary indicator of productivity, but it is an important factor for us to evaluate the productivity issues that have been observed. His current supervisor has addressed this behavior with Max multiple times, through phone calls, scheduled one-on-ones, and emails. Additionally, this issue was referenced in Max's most recent annual review. In the May 2011 timeframe, it was necessary for both his current supervisor and his second-level manager to speak with Max to let him know that he needed to make changes to ensure he was working consistently and productively throughout the day. We were considering a corrective action plan, but Max showed significant progress for a period of time, and and we chose not to move forward with the cap at that time. However, Max's productivity has again regressed, and we have observed the same issues since the July 2021 timeframe. Not following standards and practices pushing back on manager direction. The BASP has undergone changes over the past several months to improve team efficiencies and to ensure compliance with security standards. By implementing standard practices and changing how work is approached and completed. These changes have required that team members understand and apply These changes have required that team members understand and apply the new standards in their daily work. Other BASP